Hey man, let's get real. You ever notice how the guy who walks away first, the one who doesn't beg, doesn't chase, doesn't lose himself in trying to please her, is the one she ends up obsessing over, the one who haunts her mind long after he's gone? That's not a coincidence, that's power. And today, we're going to break it down, piece by piece. Because if you understand this, you'll stop playing the game like everyone else and start owning it. Women don't stay in love with the man who clings, they stay in love with the man who chooses himself, even when it's hard. The man who walks away first, when he senses disrespect, indifference, or manipulation. That's the man she remembers. That's the man she replays in her head late at night, wondering if she ever really had him, or if he slipped through her fingers while she was too busy testing his limits. See, walking away isn't about punishment. It's not about revenge or trying to make her jealous. It's about self-respect. And nothing flips a woman's psychology faster than a man who respects himself enough to leave when things don't align with his standards. Most guys do the opposite. They stay. They negotiate. They apologize for things they didn't even do. They tolerate breadcrumbs, emotional games, and half-effort because they're afraid of losing her. But here's the twist. When you're afraid of losing her, you already have, because she can feel that energy. She knows when you're chasing her validation. And nothing dries up attraction faster than a man who's lost his center. But the man who walks away, he flips the script. He creates mystery, scarcity, doubt. He becomes the unresolved chapter in her story. The one that didn't beg to stay, the one that chose himself. And that messes with her deeply. Because women are wired to chase certainty. And the man who walks away leaves behind uncertainty. He becomes the question mark, the what if. Did I blow it? And that emotional tension, that gap between what she had and what she lost, that's what keeps her attached. Think about it. When a man walks away first, he signals that he's the prize, that his presence is earned, not given freely to anyone who shows up, that he has boundaries, standards, and the courage to enforce them. And trust me, that energy hits different. It makes her rethink everything. She starts comparing every guy after you to you, and they never measure up. Because you weren't just nice, you were rare. You weren't available on demand. You were disciplined. You didn't try to win her over. You let her wonder why she couldn't keep you. And here's the wild part, she may not even understand why she still thinks about you. Why your name pops into her head months or years later. Why certain songs, places, or moments bring you back to the surface. But it's because you walked away with grace, with strength, and with no need to prove anything. So how do you embody that kind of man? Start by knowing your value. By not tolerating half-love, indecision, or hot and cold energy. Don't try to convince her of your worth. Demonstrate it by not sticking around where it's not appreciated. And if you ever feel like you're being taken for granted, that's your cue to pull back. Not to argue, not to plead, but to exit, calmly, powerfully. Because silence speaks, distance teaches, and absence reveals more than presence ever could. The man who walks away first leaves behind an imprint, not because he played games, but because he refused to be played. Not because he didn't care, but because he cared about himself first. And that is unforgettable. So before you lose yourself trying to win her over, ask yourself this: what if the most powerful move is to walk away with your head held high? Because sometimes the man who leaves is the one who stays in her heart forever.